Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of the movie A Bug's Life. This is the second animated movie Pixar ever made, and just by watching it, you can really tell how far the animation has come. It doesn't look bad by any means, but it does look better now, of course. So we start off by being introduced to Flick. He is basically the black sheep of the ant colony. He's the idea man. Although sadly his ideas don't really come to fruition every so. For instance, he had made a contraption to stalk like grain or whatever instead of having to pick them by hand so it would go faster. Although when he launched the stalks, they ended up crushing the princess, Ada. Also, they're collecting all this food because they're being blackmailed by the grasshoppers. Well, Flick ends up screwing things up by knocking down all the food. Although, to be fair, they did have them set on some rocks, so, I mean, someone was going to knock them down. It's just so happened to be the clumsy guy who's known for screwing things up. So they put him on trial, and he says, how about we find people to fight the grasshoppers off? And of course, they kind of got like Stockholm Syndrome, oh, we can't do that, I mean, it'll just get worse, type of thing. But then, they had an idea like, hey, yeah, that's actually a great idea, because they wanted to flick away from them so they could redo the quota, because the grasshoppers came, saw there was no food, got mad, and said, alright, you're gonna double the quota of what we usually have, and we may not kill you. So they basically send Flick to find some warriors to get him out of the way so they can get their quota. Meanwhile, we're introduced to the circus troupe, run by P.T. Flea. There's a spider trainer. I can't remember all their names. There was a few of them. I remember some of them. There's a spider who trains a beetle or a rhinoceros beetle or something like that, whatever he is, named Dim. There's a moth and a praying mantis, Heimlich the caterpillar, Francis the ladybug, who's a dude, two other bugs that talk in gibberish, I believe, or something. And this stick bug. So they're not fighters, they are actors, theater actors, performers. Well, Flick stumbles upon them basically bluffing their way through a bar fight. Like, they're mad bluffing. They're bluffing so hard that Flick believes they're warriors. And through a series of miscommunications, they join Flick to go to his ant colony to protect him and fight the grasshoppers. Because, through miscommunication, things like the performer saying they'll break a leg, which, Flick doesn't understand, means they'll do a great job and not we're gonna break their legs. So they get there, and they basically lie and kind of, bullcrap their way through it until they realize, hey, wait a minute, we didn't sign up for this. So they decide to haul it away, only for, Flick to basically try and follow him, because, if they leave, he's screwed. Kind of think I'm only for himself, a little there, but, they get attacked. Dot, who's the younger sister of Ada and another princess, follows, she gets attacked by a bird. And Francis the Ladybug ends up saving them, and they all come together with Flick making a plan, which basically saves them, and basically kind of shows to the ant colony, hey, yeah, they are warriors, sorry for doubting you, And they basically continue to bluff their way, and Flick has the idea to make a papier-mâché bird, which will be controlled by ants from the inside, because he remembered hearing that Hopper was afraid of birds, which is very much fair, because, Hopper is a grasshopper, and birds eat grasshoppers, apparently. So they make this bird, and eventually, though, P.T. Flea rolls up and is like, hey, where's my moneymakers at? Basically outing them as circus performers, and so the colony kicks them out because they find out that it wasn't them that had the idea to make the papier-mâché bird. It was the screw-up, Flick. So Flick basically gets kicked out to join the circus as well. So, and then Dot follows and gives him the biggest pep talk. And so they come back. They get the... Meanwhile, the grasshoppers had rolled up and found that they didn't meet the exact exuberant quota. So they're just basically chilling and slave working them to get their quota until the rain comes. And they plan on killing the queen. So the circus troupe rolls up, basically stalling them, while also Hopper has a younger brother. He's basically one of the comedic reliefs for some reason, despite the whole circus troupe being comedic reliefs. Anyways, so the circus performers stall Hopper and the other grasshoppers while Flick and the child ants with Dot start manning the bird, which scatters everyone and scares the grasshoppers, only for P.T. Flea to escape his imprisonment because the circus performers imprisoned him, saw the bird, and proceeded to light some matches and gasoline to burn the bird. And this is something that had happened earlier in the movie. So he lights the matches to burn it because, I guess he's trying to be a hero, trying to kill the birds, which is fair enough. In his mind, that's an actual bird that will eat them, and he has the means and knowledge to fight the bird. Or at least he thinks. Of course, it's made out of like paper, so it burns. They all manage to escape, and Flick stands up to Hopper again. And then Flick manages to give the runaround to Hopper, leading him back to the bird nest from earlier in the bird. Of course, Hopper doesn't really believe that this bird is real either, due to the papier-mâché bird. Although it's real, very much real. And the bird eats it, or either eats it itself and then regurgitates, feeds it to its chicks, or feeds it to its chicks itself. It ends with them all celebrating, the circus troupe going on a new tour with Hopper's younger brother joining the troupe. All around happy ending, I guess. This was a better movie than I remember. I feel like I'm saying this a lot when I watch movies and review them, but this is a better movie than I review. No, it's by no means a great movie. If I was to choose from this movie and some other movies, I probably wouldn't choose it. But I did enjoy it, so it was a decent movie. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.